Yo, so let's go a little inside baseball here. I forgot to turn off one of the lights on this stage, and it makes a big difference. I've done this video for now 28 days in a row. It was a goal of mine to kind of start shooting YouTube videos a little bit more consistent, and I challenged myself for the shortest month, which is February. Hey, let's knock out a video a day. And on this last day, day 28, I forgot to turn off what we call the stage light. Let me show you the little difference and why it's important to turn off the stage light. It is important when you have people up there, but right now it's just background, and it's making that wall just a little too hot. Let me show you the difference. It's subtle, but it does make a little bit of a difference. See, your eye goes to the brightest point of the frame. And yes, there's little highlights up in that lamp and over there and over my shoulder and kind of everywhere. But that was unnecessary, and I forgot to turn it off during this video, so please forgive me. Even though that was just a subtle change, it's sometimes these subtle changes and how to make YouTube videos look good quickly. It's those type of subtle changes that makes the image look better. Like for instance, to shoot these little videos, I've been rocking one camera with one light, and how I used that light was real simple. I took a little LED 1x1, took a thing of muslin, wrapped it around it, and became a non-directional light. This 1x1 light is a cheap knockoff, but it is color controllable. And it does not come with any softbox or anything. Even using a softbox, you're taking a light source and you're hitting a fabric, which is direct. And then that fabric is your only source of diffusion. By this version, the way I'm doing it, I'm making it indirect light hitting the fabric, and then that fabric diffusing already indirect light to then hit me. So it just makes it a little bit softer. So right now, with the light pointing straight down and me wrapping that with muslin, the light eventually hits this material, and that material then bounces onto me. Let me show you an example. Probably a little bright, but I'm gonna lose exposure on my face too. So this is just muslin material that I wrapped around this 1x1 light to give me an easier, quicker, softer key. Now, while we're finishing this video, maybe I'll leave it like right here in frame. Maybe it's not. That's still pretty hot. Let's turn this back and set it back out of frame just a little bit, because I hate that big white blob of overexposed light. Can't have it. But one of the other things I do quickly was just control the background. Like that little subtle change was nice, but it didn't stop there. There's a lamp right over here that I said, well, that's just gonna fill in my side. Let's turn off that lamp. That one right there. Turn that light off. That gave me an easy, quick way to get contrast on this side. And then I noticed this light up here. That light right there. That light was hitting me directly in my face. It was giving a more harsh shadow than my soft source right here. So I had to turn that off. What I'm trying to tell you is that getting decent control of contrast and exposure is sometimes as simple as turning off practical lights that already exist in the space. And of course, I knew that I had all these crazy, cool, like overhead string lights. I knew that I already had that rigged up in this event barn. So I knew well, it's gonna be warm, so maybe it's not a good idea to use a daylight source and compete against all this warm color spill that's happening everywhere. So I set this to 3,400 degrees Kelvin, a little bit cooler, because I knew the muslin cloth was already gonna be warmer. It just helped find that balance of color temperature. One more pro tip was, the bar behind me. The main bar right there has some lights up in the ceiling, and I was like, well, that's giving me enough frontal fill return that I decided, let's not use that. Let's turn that off too. So, below behind baseball is to make something look better, even simply and quickly. Like, I don't have the right tools. I don't have my awesome aperture, which I would love if I had some. I just don't have any, or really wanted to take the time. This is about me trying to make some videos and share content quickly and easy, and how was the easiest way I can do that also I can still deliver good content and stuff that might help you young cinematographers out there. It was moving quick, turning off overheads. And one last tip. You can see it here on my shoulder. I'm referencing my, the monitor app with the Sony FX3, which is nice. You can see it over my shoulder here and over here, and many times you can see it here. For all these 28-day videos, I used one of those practical lights in position properly. Like I knew exactly, I'll use that, that'll be my backlight. So I would get closer or further away, knowing how I can use that as my backlight. Too close, you risk it coming over and just, you know, giving you a weird nose shadow or something. Far enough away, it's just giving me a little separation from the background. I feel really bummed that I left that stage light on that just nuked that wall for no reason. So for that, I apologize. One last thing is the squeaky matte box. Now, I've got to show this off. It's even taped up here at the top. It's because this little knob just is the way you control how tight and tense this thing is. It's just really hard to turn. I do want to give a shout out. This is made from SmallRig, and this is the lightest, thinnest matte box that you can put on a whole host of different lenses. Now, it doesn't fit on this 15mm conical lens, but it can fit any frontal threaded lens from 67 to 82mm by just squeezing in this and then expanding. That puts pressure on that threads, and then you use this little knob down here to kind of help tighten it off. And what you got is a tiny little matte box that can control top light and top reflections. Now, did it squeak when it was brand new? Maybe, maybe not, I'm not quite sure. But the other thing that I absolutely love about this, and I mean, I own a Bright Tangerine Misfit Kick. I use Ariel and B-Lab matte boxes all the time, but sometimes when you need to be real small for your little home little YouTube thing going, this little thing has been the winner. Because not only do you get this matte box, you get pop out circular polarizer. So by always leaving this in, I can control the polarization on any of my lenses to help control the reflections off tables, off skin, you know, through car windows. And then if you add a variable ND, which I do have somewhere, I don't have it in this room, you can magnetically, also inside baseball, here comes another cat, come here. I think this one's Smokey. So I'm gonna let him, you can help me finish out this video. But yeah, you can put a little ND in here, and then you got yourself a variable ND. Woo, those nails are sharp. Anyway, so you can add this variable ND, that's sick. Don't drink the coffee. I feel like you're gonna drink the coffee. I don't know if he likes coffee. It has a little wheel up here you can spin for your circular polarizer and for your variable ND. And I think the other really cool thing, and they make other stuff that goes in here like diffusion and other things that you can magnetically just set in here. But the biggest pro thing that they got going for it, they got a slot for 4x565 filters. So any of your standard 4x565 filters, we can slide one in here. This is like, I think this is the best little matte box solution that's anyone's ever made. I think this is the solution. I didn't want to be screwing on filters every time I swapped lenses. I didn't want, oh, you just got to screw on this once and then you can pop on the magnet that'll go on the lens for whatever, like a Peter McKinnon design or some of these other designs. Now those are great, those are cool, and then maybe if you're using like zoom lenses or something that you don't have so many lenses of, but I have like a 7 to 8 lens set of these conical lenses, which, shout out, this is a sleeper. People are sleeping on this. These lenses rock, the flares are beautiful, they cover large format. This is a hit. I'm getting in now before these all get bought up. But in closing, this matte box solved a lot of little problems for me. From not having to thread on stuff to just being able to clamp. You do what you want, but I convinced a few other people that, yeah, this was the quickest way we were able to quickly swap and have a top flag. It's one thing to have variable ND on your lens so you can control the exposure. But anytime that sun hits, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You get a sun flare? Not anymore, not with this guy. I know it's squeaky and it's kind of whatever. That's how I've been opening and closing my videos. But for today, a little inside baseball. Just thought I'd give you guys a rundown on how I like these little rooms. All right, if you want to see more of my work as a cinematographer, you can check out stevenscgreatest.com. Thanks for watching, peace.